People need to understand he never worried about legacy. We all worried about his legacy. He never worried about legacy.
Michael, you are the president of the Reagan Legacy Foundation, whose mission is all about individual liberty and global democracy. You are keeping your father's values alive today and even honoring those on the USS Ronald Reagan. Let's talk about that coming back stateside.
My wife came up with the idea, Colleen, said, why don't we provide scholarships to the kids who serve aboard the USS Ronald Reagan and go a step further and make those scholarships available to their family members who are left at home waiting for them to come back from their tours of duty, which are usually 6 months duty, who are trying to better their education. So we began that project back in, early 2000. And it goes on today. We'll be sending checks out to go to these kids. Now the USS Ronald Reagan is back in California. And so we're excited to have her back.
And speaking of California, that is a state where so many things happened for your dad, from Hollywood and now a new movie. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it was an honest look at his life having to do with communism, what he went through in the movie business, the strike. A lot of people don't know that the reason actors have, in fact, health care and residuals is because of Ronald Reagan when he served as president of the Screen Actors Guild. He was the last one to take them out on strike, the actors and the writers, back in 1960. And so it is an honest depiction all the way through of the players, all that, the tear down the wall speech, and so on and so forth. But the way they depict it, it's an honest biopic of my father working to, in fact, bring down the Berlin Wall and bring peace and freedom to the rest of the world.
Yeah, and during his presidency, some wild things happened, from his role in the Cold War to bringing the Berlin Wall down.
It's great. I mean, to have the wall come down, have him be the catalyst on that. But it's because he built relationships, Mikhail Gorbachev and what have you, over the years. He didn't make enemies of friends. He made friends of enemies, if you will. But he didn't do it alone. And, if you're ever able to talk to him, he wouldn't take the credit. He would share it with Pope John Paul II, Maggie Thatcher, Lech Walesa, Václav Havel, Helmut Kohl. He would share it with them, as well he should. What we do not do in America today, we do not share credit where credit is due. We take it all, pat ourselves on the back like we've really accomplished something, and that's bad. And I think we need to get back to the Reagan doctrine of no telling what a man can do and how much he can accomplish if he doesn't worry who gets the credit.
Well, if your dad was with us right now on this Zoom, what would he say?
He was worried about the country, the world, freedom. That's what he was worried about. So if you want to know his legacy, think about freedom. Never more than a generation away. And boy, was he right when he said that. We need to fight for it. We need to be there. We need to educate our children. We need to let them know the history of who we are, what we are. And that's the only way we're going to solve any problems in America. But if you're always going to think about your legacy, you're never going to accomplish anything. Ronald Reagan was right. Made his own legacy by not giving in to those who are so worried about his legacy.
For our full interview with Michael Reagan, head over to our podcast, The Whitney Wrap.